Welcome back to Handguns, where we've been talking about the art and the science of the draw. Now, one thing you're probably eventually going to have to deal with, if you haven't already, and you've probably at least seen them, is some kind of retention holster. Whether that be kind of the gold standard, the original, been around a long time, thumb brake type holsters, typically made of leather, or the newer holsters that have some kind of paddle release, or a Safariland 6004 style holster with a bail. Whatever it is, you need to know how to use it. Now, what I have is a Galco Cop 3-slot leather thumb brake holster, and I've got a Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm in it. Now, the draw is going to work exactly the same as before when I had no retention, except I simply have to defeat the retention along the way. So as my strong hand comes to the gun, I simply flag my thumb extra high and fit it between where the two pieces of separate leather come together, in between the button, and as I go down and apply downward pressure towards establish a draw with the strong hand, it simply unsnaps it and it clears me up to go ahead and draw the pistol out, but it keeps me from basically losing my pistol, and that's why for armed civilians it might be a good idea.
Yep. I've got the Blackhawk Serpent, which is hugely popular, and it has a retention device that locks the trigger guard into place. You have to press it. The important things with these holsters to remember is to keep your finger straight. If you curve your finger, you'll have a tendency to want to get that finger on the trigger before the gun's out of the holster, and that's not really something that you want to be doing. A lot of people, like this one, they've got the fuzzy side of Velcro on there as a tactile indexer. Now, the thing with the draw that's great is that you don't have to go to a range. You don't need any ammo to practice a draw. Practice it at home. You may not be standing upright and facing down range anytime you may need to make a draw. You may find yourself in this situation, which is pretty common for all of us. Just getting to the gun in this circumstance is difficult. First off, do you have a covering garment that you have to get out of the way? Once you get that out of the way, do you have a retention device that you have to deactivate? And then just getting to the gun with the seat in the way. Once you get to the gun, there's a seat belt that you may have to navigate. There's a steering wheel. Now, depending on the size and position of the steering wheel, you may have to pull the gun back to get around it. You may have to go all the way around the top of the steering wheel. And if there is glass here, you're not going to be able to push the gun out in a standard grip. But just remember, you can fire out through glass just like they can fire in through glass. Now, if there is no glass here, you can do that, but let me show you the best thing to do if you find yourself in this situation. It's the skinny pedal on the right.